Alongside Brent Hubbs, I'm Austin Price for the Volquest Stock Report. Stock up for you this week, Brent Hubbs.
How are you not going to go defense, right? Let's roll some Tim Banks out there, Austin Price. Give the man his flowers, so to speak. This is a defense that's stacked from front to back in terms of depth. That defensive front has made everybody in that entire defense better. This has been a 4-year build for Tim Banks, and he's built it into one of the best defenses in the country right now. They are pretty doggone elite in what they're doing. So give me some Tim Banks.
I agree. I don't give him flowers. Just give him money. Yeah. Take him to the banks. Take him to the bank. So stock up for me is Dante Thornton. You know, a guy who struggled to find his footing a year ago, and he's been Mr. Big Play this year. I think he's a better version of Javonte Payton, you know, from a few years ago. I mean, he just comes up with has the knack for making massive plays. You know, the other night, Nico put it on him. He made a fantastic catch that was humming and just took off running and outran Oklahoma's secondary to the end zone. And, you know, that just was fantastic. You know, he's done that basically every game except for the second game, you know, where he's been able to make big plays. So stock up continues to be Dante Thornton for me. That was a big play. Stock down for me, though, is going to be red zone offense, which means if you're not hitting big plays and you got to drive the field, you got to find ways to score from, like, let's say the 10 or the 7 or the 15. And, you know, Tennessee struggled down that to do that. Now, part of that, I think, was the play calling because Tennessee was just trying to get it in a situation where the defense wasn't going to lose it because the defense was so elite and they, you know, didn't feel like they could protect Nico. But at the same time, like, you know, I think you've got to find ways to punch it in. They didn't use the tight ends nearly as much the other night as I thought they would in the passing game. I thought there would be an adjustment once they started using them to block. I thought, okay, they'll slip them out. You know, we saw that against, you know, NC State. They did not do that the other night as much as I thought they would, or hardly enough. So stock down for me, just red zone offense. Stock down for you.
Yeah, mine's going to be pass protection, and it's not just going to be the tackle spot. I mean, I think the running backs missed some protections. That's why you saw some of the substitutions that you did. I think Darrell Sims got a little bothered by a couple of missed, you know, pass pros by his running backs, and you saw the rotation there. They gave up some inside pressure as well. I mean, listen, this offense has got a chance to be really good. We've all seen when he's got a clean pocket and he's got time. Nico can put the ball wherever he wants to put the ball. Play action pass numbers are terrific. For all of that to work, they've got to protect, and they've got to protect better. They played 2 Power 4 opponents, and the quarterback's been hit way too many times. They have got to clean up their pass protection moving forward because they're going to play good defenses. They're going to play people who are going to pressure them. They're going to people are going to watch the tape and say, hey, we can get home. We can make him uncomfortable. Tennessee's got to clean that up starting in this open date.
Stock stagnant for me is going to be Chris Bryson. You know, he's got the one big touchdown against Kent State, you know, on the bomb, 53 yards from Nico. Other than that, he's kind of struggled to get going. And I kind of think he's where Brew was when he first got here. Like, he gets a few targets. Cedric Tillman got all the targets from Hendon. I think Brew's starting to get that from Nico a little bit. They'll get him going. You know, I just think he's got to be patient, which is hard because you come in as the big offseason addition and all that. And I don't think it's happened as quick as, you know, he'd like, but he just got to stay patient. You know, the big plays are going to come for 17. Stock stagnant for you.
For me, it's Lance Hurd and John Campbell. You know, where are they at this point in time? I mean, I think it was a surprise to everybody.
Not on the field.
Yeah, it was a surprise to everybody that Hurd could not go to the point that he didn't even travel to Oklahoma. So where is he at? And then John Campbell has not played more than 40 snaps in a football game. He's not got through an entire first half. He's been the first, you know, offensive lineman off the field, even in blowouts and games that were not blowouts where the starters played an entire half. He has not played an entire half of football yet. So where are they with those guys? What is Tennessee's plan at the tackle position? I think that's a question and one we don't have the answer to, but Tennessee's got to try to find some answers for some depth there. This open date and see what that looks like moving forward. And it starts with what is the availability of John Campbell and Lance Hurd on the short term, and where do you think you are long term with those guys as well?
He is Brent Hubbs. I'm Austin Price. Tennessee rolls into a bye week. They're off this weekend. They will return to action a week from Saturday. That game is at Arkansas. We'll talk to you on the General's Quarters.